This is our place, huh? I can't believe how steep they made these.
Hey, and they are really high.
Look over here. Look a picture. That's beautiful.
Yeah. For 1 hour now.
Yeah. No such thing. Because they have so many lights here, it always seems like daylight. Can we turn the lights off? Let's experience the dawn.
Okay.
Keep going. You've got a long hike.
Well, welcome to Ruka and welcome to FIS TV. I'm David Goldstrom with the first of this brand new Continental Cup Winter Series. We are, of course, in Finland, near Kuusamo at Ruka, south of the Arctic Circle, and getting ready for the first of two weekend competitions. Once again, welcome on behalf of FIS TV. Delighted to have your company. And the trial round finished in the last hour or so. And coming out on top, no stranger to success in Continental Cup and indeed here in Ruka, Robin Pedersen of Norway, the best in the trial round. Pedersen with some really good form here. Pedersen with 140 meters from gate number 9, in fact 140.5 meters. And that relates to the hill record set in the World Cup in November 2022 by Halvor Granerud of Norway at 150.5. Conditions pretty good this morning here in Ruka. This is a hill which isn't everybody's cup of tea, but it is a hill which demands a lot of focus from all the competitors. Most recently, we were here, of course, for the World Cup a couple of weekends ago, and there we saw Anshe Ladasek successful ahead of Japan's Ren Nikaido with Doman Preutz into third place. So already some excellent competitions here in Ruka. Good organization, very good preparation of the hill, and really looking forward to this competition. 56 athletes from 13 countries. And the Continental Cup, a really important competition. If you're familiar with the sport, then please forgive me for a moment if I just explain to one or two who might be joining us for the first time. The Continental Cup is a stepping stone in the organization of ski jumping. There are a whole range of competitions, FIS competitions at the beginning. Those follow on from children, and then to Alpine Cup and to Continental Cup, and it's a stepping stone, a staircase to the World Cup, the World Championships, and ultimately the Olympics. So the first man will be Thomas Mais of Finland, but first the jury just wanting to check. And Thomas Mais there with 116 meters. From gate number 19. The young Finns, very encouraging to see these newcomers on the hill. Timi Heiskanen, short of the calculation line. Let me just remind you, at this big hill here, the calculation line at 120 meters. The hill size 142 meters. And Timi Heiskanen, 23 years of age. He's competed in Ruka here before, and here another of the national group from Finland. $115 meters, so 5 meters worth of deductions. As ever on a big hill, the deduction here 1.8 points for every meter short of the calculation line. And Szymon Sarniak for Poland, the first of the overseas challengers, just 17 years of age. And that's not a bad effort. This is really interesting, particularly for Polish fans looking for the new generation to come in and take over from the likes of Dawid Kubacki and Kamil Stoch. And 122 meters puts Sarniak into the lead quite comfortably. You can see the style marks there, 15s and 16s. Telemark not awarded. Gunnerud, Norway. Pretty good effort there from Udvar. Just under 90 kilometers, the in-run speed. And that will take the lead. Better in distance, slightly better in style. Only 18. And much better than the last time he was here, when he actually got disqualified. Kazakhstan now, Nikita Deviatin. Never in the points here. He's finished outside the top 40 on previous visits. And there you could see the ski tips pretty close to his face there, late coming off the table. Backwind compensation of 4 points, which is just over 2 meters there for Deviatkin. and down into sixth place. Now, Decadine for the United States from wonderful Steamboat Springs, mid-20s. And that's encouraging. 25 years of age. And he finished here 37th a year ago, and I'm sure he's going to do better than that today, into third place. And next to go will be Fredrik Willemstad for Norway. Much more experienced than one or two here. Hails from Oslo. 25 times he's finished in the top World Cup. This is actually Jaroslav Krzyzak, who will precede Willemstad. So Oddvar Gunnerod of Norway leading at the moment. Jaroslav Krzyzak of Poland encouraging into second place ahead of his teammate Sarniak. Decadine in third place. And now Fredrik Willemstad. Very nice. Beautiful telemark on the end of it. That will score some valuable points. And over 130 meters. 1, 2, 3, 4 marks. Well, 3 of 18 or better. And that's handsomely into the lead for the 26-year-old Norwegian. Six times a Continental Cup winner before today for Fred Willemstad. And now Kazakhstan. Really encouraging to see this new generation. And that is short of the calculation line by 4 or 5 meters. Nonetheless, this 22-year-old is a man who's been competing in the FIS Cup, which is a lower grade, of course, than Continental Cup. But it is, of course, an important stepping stone. Switzerland now, Marius Sieber, just 20. Competing last weekend in Kandersteg on Swiss snow in the FIS Cup. Yet to really break into the top 40 of any major competition. And 105.5 meters, part of his education, but really good to see this new generation of Swiss athletes. And so to Korea. So Fredrik Willemstad handsomely in the lead at the moment, but Robin Pedersen, his Norwegian teammate, over 140 meters in the trial round earlier this morning. And that's not too bad at all. Just a meter or so short of the calculation line. Well, he's not going to get 20 for style. 118 meters for Yang from Korea. That's not a bad effort. Puts him into the top 10 at the moment. And next up, 20-year-old Bryce Klutch of the United States. Bronze medal with the American Junior World Team in Lake Placid last season. And that's really disappointing. that will not qualify, I'm afraid. Didn't get that right at all, and that's really disappointing for him. And he knew instantly, he came off the table, that it wasn't going to happen today. Now, one of the more experienced of the Kazakh boys, Sergei Tukashenko. The interesting thing about Continental Cup is it is a stepping stone, a staircase to bigger and better things. It provides the opportunity for newcomers, but it also provides the opportunity for those who've had problems recovering from injury. And a two-footed landing there by Sergei, and he will be punished for the star marks. You can see there 12s and 13s, just barely over 100 meters. He's actually better than that. Sergei, who had some success at FIS Cup level. Now, this could be interesting. Maxi Ortner, who's been in the World Cup but reverting to Continental Cup. And that's really challenging. Maxi Ortner looking for the lead and taking it with 140.5 meters, an excellent style. Ortner, 137 meters in the trial round earlier today, and he's now exceeded that. From the same gate, gate 19, and Austria take the advantage. Ortner looking to recapture the best of his World Cup form. And that's not a bad effort from Simon Steinberger, his Austrian teammate. Maxi Ortner, the Continental Cup champion for the season-long winter competition in 2024, with 2 podium finishes already to his credit at World Cup level in Lillehammer and Villingen last season. And Steinberger into second place. Steinberger with 126 meters. Junior World bronze medalist last season in Lake Placid, and trying to catch up here. This is Paul Bjørtomt, Norway. Now the distance is fine, but you can see there 16s and a half and 17s. That's compromised his performance just a little bit. And now Alexander Schnischel, very familiar to those who follow the World Cup season, in his early 30s now. A third place finish in Lahti and Planica a couple of seasons ago. And as I was explaining a few moments ago, the Continental Cup a really important stepping stone for newcomers, for those recovering from injury, for those who have lost their form. And Karl Geiger of Germany, a man who's been dropped from the German team, who's struggling, not here in this competition, but we may well see him in future Continental Cup competitions, trying to find his way back. And that's Keiichi Sato of Japan, a man who's finished as high as 5th in his best World Cup competition. 131 and a half healthy meters to put him into the top 3. Maxi Ortner of Austria leading from Frederick Wilmstad, and Keiichi Sato into 3rd place. Well, disappointment there for Choi Hong Shui, 44 years young. And if you wind the clock back to the year 2000, 11th in the World Cup in, I think it was Iron Mountain, indeed. 6 times he's represented his country at the Olympic Games, but today I'm afraid Choi out of contention, but from one great athlete to a legend. Noriaki Kasai at the age of 53, 118 meters in the trial round today. Olympic silver medalist in Sochi, and that's terrific, over the calculation line and really encouraging. 125 meters, and Noriaki third in the season-long World Cup in 1993 and 1999. And Noriaki Kasai into the top 5. And the other age scale here, this is Žiga Janka for Slovenia. Very nicely done. That's over 130 meters. Junior world silver medalist and team gold medalist last season in Lake Placid. And to the Czech now, Daniel Skarka, only 19, and again really exciting to see some new Czech talent. The Czech ski jumpers who struggled for many a season could do with a pick-me-up, and that's short of 120 meters by 5, 6, maybe even more. 111 meters, in fact. So Maxi Ortner of Austria leading the way from Frederick Wilhelmstad. Keiichi Sato in third place at the moment from Žiga Janka. Then Alexander Schnitschel in 5th place, just ahead of Noriaki Kasai. A difference of some 29 points between Ortner and Kasai. This is Watanabe. Very shallow trajectory there from Rakuta, and out to the left there, suggesting an imbalance just coming off the table. And like Naito, his teammate, who's been competing in the World Cup at the age of 30, one of the senior members of the team, although yet to make his mark. And straight on to Slovenia's Zach Mogul. On his day, very, very capable. Has achieved a top 10 finish in the World Cup. That was in Sapporo some couple of seasons back, and nicely executed. Over 130 meters. And there you can see plus 3.9, plus 3.6 would be exactly 2 meters worth of backwind compensation, but very stable conditions. We're very fortunate today. Sometimes it can really blow a storm here in Ruka, but today, very, very fair conditions and no excuses either. Benedikt Holub now, another of the Czechs. So still Ortner and some really experienced athletes to come, not least of all Robin Pedersen of Norway, who has bib number 47 today. Clemens Eigner of Austria, who will be last to go. Clemens Leitner as well. So this is going to continue to get very competitive. Muminov of Kazakhstan. Disappointing. Got close to points in Villingen on the big hill there some 3 seasons ago in World Cup, but yet to achieve a winter individual World Cup point. And now Germany. Finn Brown, or Braun I should say, I beg his pardon, has been in the top 15 in the Junior World Championship rankings. And has finished in top 15 in the Continental Cup, actually here a couple of seasons ago. Czech Republic coming up here, David Riegel. David, only 20, from a famous family of Nordic sportsmen. Represented his country at the Junior Worlds last season and getting not far off the calculation line there. That's only a metre or so short. In fact, 1.5 meters short. It's not bad. Now, where's that going to put him, actually? Strong backwind, 8.6 points. That's almost 5 meters worth of backwind compensation. He's into, as you can see, the top 15 at the moment. And yet another Slovenian talent. Most recently just outside the top 30 in Klingenthal in the last of the summer Grand Prix competitions. Silvestran now. Again, a man who on his day could really be a contender here. Yet to finish in the top 20 in the World Cup. He came close a couple of seasons ago in Vikersund. In fact, was last year in Vikersund. Over 130 meters. And this will quite possibly put him into the top 7 or 8, or in fact second. And if you're wondering why, there you can see the reason. The backwind compensation, 15.6 points, and that's the reason he's up there into second place behind Maxi Ortner, ahead of Willemstad, his own teammate. Maxim Bartoli now for Slovenia. And I'm afraid that will put him out of the running. He was outside the top 40 here a year ago. He's actually better than that, but that's really disappointing. Short of 100 meters. Yannick Feist for Germany, just 21. Junior World silver medalist 2 seasons ago with the German youngsters. Has finished top 15 in the Continental Cup. His best result coming in Iron Mountain in 2024. So Maxi Ortner from Silvestrand Wilhelmstad. You can see the backwind has stayed pretty strong at the moment. And Henry Cavilo now for Finland, for the host nation. Hails from Kuopio, one of the two major training centers, excuse me, along with, of course, Lahti. And from one Finn, Paavo Rompainen, a little bit younger, 4 years younger than Henry Cavilo, his teammate. Not the first time that he's competed here, but he's yet to finish in the top 30 on this particular hill. Finished just outside the top 30 in the Klingenthal Continental Cups just recently. And next up will be Slovenia's Žiga Jela, the talented musical ski jumper. A winner at World Cup level in Planica in 2022. Gold medal with the Slovenian team at the World Championships in 2023 on home snow. And that's encouraging. Over 130 meters. Style okay, telemark achieves, 17s, almost unanimity. 5 horse, getting on for 6 meters worth of compensation, and top 3 for Žiga. Finland once again, Thomas Kuisma. Junior Finns finished 4th a couple of seasons ago in the Junior Worlds. That's a little better. It's a little more encouraging. That's over the calculation line by 3-4 meters. 4.5 meters of bonus points in terms of distance, an extra 1.8 meters for each one of those. That's not bad at all. 12th place. Just looking down here, he would be the best of the Finns at the moment. Well, Antti Aigro is the man who flies the flag at World Cup level for Estonia, but Kaimar Vagul, his teammate, now this will be expensive in terms of deductions. You can see there 25% of his style marks lost and 113.5 meters, but he is only 18. Now, Clemens Leitner, a man who has won the season-long Continental Cup competitions. That was in 2020. He's 27 years of age now, 10 times an individual Continental Cup winner, including here in 2023. First and second last weekend in Kandersteg, in pretty good nick. And that's around 130 meters as well. In fact, exactly on that line. Star marks are encouraging. Those are really helpful. That is unanimity. And 4th place, Maxi Ortner of Austria leading the way, but Clemens Leitner of Austria into 4th place. But there are, just having a look at the maths here, 18 points, 10 meters separating Ortner in the lead and Leitner in 4th place. Eetu Nusiainen, on his day, could play a part here. Not too bad. The 28-year-old from Kuopio, 132.5 meters in the trial round. This is just a meter down. Nusiainen with almost 5 meters worth of backwind compensation, 131.5 meters into fourth place, the top man for Finland. Ben Beyer, who in 2024 in Iron Mountain found his way onto the Continental Cup podium. That's just the wrong side, I'm afraid, of the calculation line. A junior world silver medalist 2 seasons ago with the German youngsters. Maxi Ortner of Austria, leading from Silverstrand of Norway. Still some real talents to come. Remo Imhoff of Switzerland. 22 years of age. Recently runner-up in the FIS Cup at Einsiedeln, the headquarters of Swiss skiing. At the moment, his teammates Sandro Hauswirt and Felix Truns, the youngsters, along with the return of Kilian Payer and, of course, the continuance of Simon Armand leading the way for Switzerland. That's at World Cup level. Adam Nizhnik now. Poland with a new exciting find. Kasper Tomasiak flying the flag so well in World Cup, and that's not bad. That's into bonus point territory. No major errors with the style, and this is encouraging. FIS Cup winner in Lubno back in September this year. And top 15 at the moment. Now, Marcus Müller. Müller, 134 meters from gate number 19 in the trial round earlier this morning. Representing Austria. And that's very sweet. That's well over 130 meters, over 135. And this is right up there. Second place, Austria now, with Ortner still leading. That's a 10-point advantage virtually that Maxi Ortner's got over Marcus Müller. 9 points would be 5 meters, so Austria looking very strong. Max Unglaube, only 19. Top 15 in the Junior Worlds in Lake Placid last season. 2 top 10 finishes more recently in Stams in the Continental Cup. Not bad at all. And Germany now with, well, maybe not a contender, but someone who may be in for some useful Continental Cup points. And from one German teammate to another, Adrian Tittel, a little more experienced. Junior World bronze medalist in Planica in 2024. And he will be disappointed with that. Difficult to tell, actually, but the suggestion was maybe a little late coming off the table in transition. Not actually seeing the table takeoff, so a bit difficult to judge, but stand by for Robin Pedersen. 140.5 meters in the trial round. 29 years of age. As good as fifth in the World Cup when he's had the opportunity. 13 Continental Cup victories, including right here in Ruka. Not once, but twice, and he's right up there again. Not 140, but not far off, 138 meters. Now, how close does he get to Maxi Ortner? Very good style marks. Robin Pedersen into second place, and he's within 5 points. He's within 3 meters of the leader. Austria leading, Norway challenging. Austria first and third now. Norway second and fourth, and Rock Masle on his day could really be a contender here. Only 21. And that's great. Rock Masle. 137 meters. Star marks don't quite match those of Robin Pedersen, but the distance is good, and you can see the front wind has come back. Still within the corridor of tolerance, but as a result of that, he drops down to 6th place. Just behind Žiga Jela, 2 Slovenians together. Poland now. Well, that is exciting. Klemens Joniak, only 20, 140.5 meters. He's matched Ortner for distance, and he's done a fantastic job there for style. A breath of backwind, and he's within 4 or 5 points of the lead. Poland challenging in second place. Pedersen down to third. Müller of Austria down to fourth, and Strand of Norway down into 5th place. Isak Langmo, Norway. And this is where this competition is really tightening up and hotting up. Sixth in Klingenthal in the Continental Cup just recently, and 145 meters, new leader. The distance, backwind, an extra couple of meters, and Langmo into the lead. Now, one of the more experienced athletes getting towards the end of this opening round, and Jarkko Mata, bib number 51 of the 56 taking part. And Jarkko now at the young age of 30. His personal best in this sport, an 8th place finish in Lahti. But that was back in 2015. He has won in Continental Cup. In fact, his winning way came in Kuopio in 2016. And he's been on the circuit since 2005. So, Jarkko Mata. Well, I'm encouraged by that. 131.5 meters. That is pretty good. It's not going to take the lead. He's going to have a lot of ground to make up, but 12th place actually is not that bad. And he's behind his teammate Ito Nusiainen, who's in 9th place. And so too the older brother, Junshiro Kobayashi. Junshiro 34 now, a winner of one World Cup in his career back in Wisła in Poland in 2017. And that's challenging. That's 140 meters. 140 exactly. The Japanese, who at World Cup level are coached by Kento Sakayama, started extremely well. Watch out for Yo Kobayashi, the younger brother today in Klingenthal. I think he has a major chance of success. And Junshiro Kobayashi up into second place. 3 points behind Isak Langmo of Norway. Nicholas Bachlinger now. Third in the Summer Grand Prix, this Austrian. Well, that will leave him with a significant points deficit. Konstantin Schmidt, 3 to go in this first round. Konstantin, a podium in Raznov on the normal hill in the World Cup back in 2022, his best ever result. And there's nothing too bad with that at all. Style-wise, okay, gets the telemark. And 128.5 meters, not bad. But 17th place, and 17th place with 136 points, and the leader's got 162 points. 2 Austrians to finish the first round. Julian Schmid, nicely shaped, beautifully balanced, quick over the skis. That really is encouraging. Over 130 meters. FIS Cup winner in Hinterzarten in 2023. Recently a podium for young Julian in Stams in Continental Cup. And to complete the lineup here, Clemens Eigner, World Cup champion, or I should say Continental Cup champion in 2017 and 19. And Clemens, fantastic performance, 29 victories in individual Continental Cup competitions in his career. Yet to make his mark though at World Cup level. And so we come to the end of the first round, and it is Isak Langmo of Norway with 145 meters who leads the way. Ahead of Junshiro Kobayashi, Maxi Ortner, and then Clemens Joniak. Robin Pedersen and Marcus Muller. The names we would expect to be, or expect to see at the leaderboard, are very much there. Working our way down there, Jaakko Mata and Nusiainen for Finland. And completing the top 30 there, Jaroslav Kurzak. Dekadine will be disappointed to find himself outside the top 30. Really competitive first round here. Noriaki Kapasai, I should give him a headliner there. Excellent 22nd place. He is some 30 points off the lead and one disqualification, Rock Masley. So we're into the interval now as the boys get ready for the final round. So we'll take a little pause. We will have everything set up for the final round. There you get a picture of the hill where the blue and the red carpets meet. Is the calculation line at 120 meters, and then the lower red line there, the hillside at 142. And a really encouraging first round. And this, of course, the first of two Winter Continental Cup competitions. And we'll be with you tomorrow for the second one, and we're also looking forward to bringing you the Continental Cup from Engelberg. That comes up after the Christmas break on the 28th of December. So Isak Langmo of Norway leading, and just to confirm that the last man to qualify is actually Simon Saniak, because we have a couple of men on the same mark, so 31 to go into the final round, and the unlucky athlete to miss out, Decker Dean, who misses out by literally 0.1 of a point, so that's really tough to take. Noriaki Kasai is in the second round here, and quite a difference and distance. The top 30 separated by some 45 points. So, as I said, we'll take a little pause as they prepare. The boys get back up the hill for the second round. Those who qualified, of course, will go in reverse order. So back with the second round in just about 10 minutes from now.
Eikö sulta saa mun tässä teidän alapuolella? Eli no tässä teidän alapuolella.
And new leading points are
Zach Mogul leading from Alexander Shistroy, Keiichi Sato ahead of Jiga Yanka, Noriaki Kasai in 5th place. Some really brilliant stuff here in Continental Cup. Frederick Willemstad could well play a part here, and does so. The 26-year-old Norwegian, over 130 meters, star marks are good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 marks of 18 or better. and Willemstad to the top of the leaderboard. Zach Mogul, 132.5 meters into second place. Alexander Schnischel, 128.5 meters, drops to third. Noriaki Kasai, 125 meters, now down to sixth place, the Olympic silver medalist of 2014. Clemens Leitner. Leitner, former season-long winner of a Continental Cup winter competition, and Clemens Leitner, Clemens Eigner, two really excellent Austrian talents, but two men who've really, in a way, yet to make their transition at World Cup level. Ito Nussiainen for Finland on the bar. Green light on, 10 seconds to move, and he does so. Very encouraging from Ito. Well over 130, probably 135.5 meters. Excellent there for Ito Nussiainen. And all the marks 18 or better. And that's really encouraging. Into third place, you can see front wind. So a deduction of 1.2 points, a little more than half a meter. And that is relevant. Fredrik Willemstad leading at the moment. Not bad by Julian Schmidt. Fredrik Willemstad from Clemens Leitner, Ito Nussiainen in third place, Zach Mogul fourth, and now Žiga Jela on his day. This man is a World Cup winner at Planica. Žiga, top five, indeed, fifth place. Clemens Eigner, last to go in the first round, this 32-year-old, today seeking a 30th individual Continental Cup victory. He's been outstanding at this level for so many seasons. And he's still very good indeed. Mid 130s. Just that breath of backwind, it's just changed a little bit. And those are great star marks, 18.5 across the board. And Clemens Eigner takes the lead away from Fred Willemstad of Norway. Still the top athletes from the first round to come. 7, 8 of them, and Sylve Strand now for Norway. Excellent. Strand, really good challenge there by him. World Cup points last season in Vikersund. Norway regained the advantage. Eigner drops to second, Willemstad to third, and now Marcus Müller. 134 meters in the trial round. Müller. Right up there. Over 135 meters. And this is truly competitive now. Again, look at the star marks coming out, and this is so encouraging. Very, very high level of competition at 136.5 meters with his advantage from the first round and backwind of 3 points. And Sylvestrand holds off Müller by 0.7 of a point, less than half a meter, and a gate change. Robin Pedersen to gate 18, so this brings in gate compensation of 5.4 points in his favor. Robin Pedersen, a winner here in Ruka. In 2021, he did the double. He'd also won here twice in 2018 and in 2024. He's the most successful athlete in Ruka at Continental Cup level. Robin Pedersen, we're down at the business end now. Less than 4 meters separating the final 5. Pedersen goes long and takes the lead. That's over 140 meters. He was over 140 meters in the trial round. 138 in the first flight. And now 142 meters. 314.6 points is an absolutely excellent score. Clemens Joniak to take on the challenge here. And the gate stays at 18. Well, that's extremely respectable from Joniak. There was only 0.5 of a point between him and Robin Pedersen. And 3 to go, and it's the best 3 from the first round, separated by around 2 meters. And Maxi Ortner, twice a podium finisher last season in the World Cup. And Ortner challenging Robin Pedersen. Good couple of meters advantage from the first flight. Ortner aggressive and effective. Ortner over 140 meters now with his advantage from the first round. And just looking at the star marks, this is enough to lead, surely. Must be. Maxi Ortner of Austria to take the advantage away, and indeed he does. Takes the advantage by exactly 4 points, just over 2 meters. Austria lead from Norway. Clemens Joniak of Poland down to third. Sylvestrand off the podium. And now the winner of the first round, Isak Lingmo. Challenging Ortner for the lead. And I'm not sure that's enough. Now, he had an advantage of 2 meters, which would take him up to 140. It would be close. Backwind compensation of 2.8 points for Shunshiro Kobayashi. Second place, and now Isak Langmo. This is the crucial advantage. He's got these 2 meters advantage over Maxi Ortner from the first round. And that's good enough, surely. Isak Andreas Langmo of Norway, 143.5 meters, gets the telemark, finishes it off, and that is success. 21 years of age, 6th recently in Klingenthal at this level, and 143.5 meters, And the first Continental Cup in the new winter series goes to Norway and goes to Isak Langmo, a milestone for him. Maxi Ortner, the runner-up, and Junshiro Kobayashi, best for Japan in third place. Robin Pedersen, who's so successful on this hill, has to be satisfied, I'm afraid, with fourth today. And then Klemens Joniak, the best for Poland, in fifth place, ahead of Sylvain Strand. Lots of Austrians, though, in the top 10. Ortner in second place, Markus Müller in seventh, Clemens Eigner in eighth, and Clemens Leitner in 10th place. Further down, Noriaki Kasai, respectable 18th for the 53-year-old. And missing out on the points in the lineup there, you can see that Nicholas Bachlinger of Austria, finishing in 30th place, gets the one Continental Cup point. So Isak Andreas Langmo at the age of 22. Really, congratulations to him. In fact, I said 22. I think he's 21, in fact. I beg his pardon. He won't actually be 22 until July. So I hope you've enjoyed the action here from Ruka. We do it again tomorrow in the second competition. A lot of athletes over the years have done the double, and it's one of those hills where you really dial in and you tune in and you find your rhythm here. You can do extremely well, but as I said right at the beginning, this hill isn't everybody's cup of tea. So we come to the end of this first Continental Cup competition. Thanks ever so much on behalf of FIS TV for you being with us today. And we look forward to your company also tomorrow. But before that, we have, of course, the men's World Cup competition this afternoon in Klingenthal. And if you can join us for that, then that would be much appreciated. Look out there for Ryoyo Kobayashi, a man who does extremely well on the hill at Klingenthal, and I think he might have a very good afternoon. We'll see. For the moment, though, from myself, David Goldstrom, thank you for your company, and we'll see you shortly. And for the moment, enjoy the rest of your Saturday.
Lang eigenlijk weer eens neer. Voor mij eens niks. Kom ik dat ik mijn toon zal